don't take your two parents for granted. The reason why I say that is because, as you guys know, I grew up in a single mother household, right? So I used to always remember watching those like movies where the son would fall on hard times, or he had like a business venture and he lost all of his money. Then he put all of his money into this business venture. It didn't work out. So what does he do? He moves back in with his parents. That was never an option for me. And that's a level of anxiety that comes with knowing that if I don't make it work by myself, then I don't have any place to go. A guy such as myself who tends to have everything together on his own, and let's say I fall on hard times back in the day, and now I don't have any money. Men, we tend to be too prideful to even ask for help. So we know that if I don't make it work, I don't have that safety net of going back to live with my mother or my mother and father. But you guys have no idea how much anxiety comes with knowing that if I don't make it work, then I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to be broke. So I always tell guys who have two parents that are still alive and they have the means to where they have a house and you can go back and you can live with them. If things, you can be, you're able to be risky with your money. That's a bonus that a lot of people don't have. It's a level of uncertainty and anxiety, and you have to work just as hard. But I also say that tongue in cheek because a lot of men, and I'm particularly talking to men, some guys get complacent and they know that they have that safety net of their parents to where if they need hey, can I borrow $5,000 because, I lost my job and I got to make sure the bills are paid, and your parents have enough money to loan you just, $5,000 like it's nothing, right? I always strived to be that type of parent. And that's why I worked so hard to get into a position to where if my daughter actually falls on hard times, I'll be able to cover her expenses. I wanted to be that type of father. And I worked hard to get to that point. Not saying that she, hopefully, God willing, she never gets into that situation. But yeah, I used to always admire movies like that. So I tell guys, don't take that for granted and don't get complacent because you have a leg up on the competition because you can afford to be risky. And and this is coming off of a conversation that I was having with one of my homeboys because he was in the same position as me. We both joined the military. And, I'm not going to sit there and lie to you and say that I joined the military because I wanted some financial stability. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I was just trying to get into something, do something with my life. But once I started to get older, I started to understand the importance of making sure that everything is in order. I had to make sure that I was strict. My finances was stable, that I would never be in a position where I have to ask somebody for something. Because as men, we rarely want to do that, even with our friends, because our friends see us doing well and they may start to question, well, man, I just saw you buy this such and such, and now you asking me for money. You see what I'm saying? So don't take it for granted, guys, if you have two parents, because you don't want that type of anxiety that comes with knowing that you have to make it work. You can't take risk. You got to set aside money just because you know that you may need it if life happens. Don't take it for granted. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. So